Here's a vocal exercise that I like to do when I'm working on first pitch accuracy. In classical music, it's not considered good technique to scoop or swoop up to your starting pitch. In other styles of music, that's totally fine to do, but in opera classical music, it's not considered a good sign of technique. So how do I keep myself honest? I usually pick an exercise that starts with a sound, sometimes an sound. I like the better because it's a little bit more open. So I pick a pitch relatively in like the middle of my range. So I already have the M going. And then I just do a simple 5-note descending scale. And so what this does is it helps keep me honest. So I'm not going or A lot of times when I'm working with students, I will notice that there's a little bit of a swoop going up to a note, or sometimes some students will approach it from above and go down. If you're really working on having good pitch accuracy, you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up right on the pitch. And the M helps to set you up where you're already getting the sound going, you're getting the breath going, and you're not going to be working on relying on that pitch to kind of like scoop you up to your starting pitch. For the purposes of this demo, I am using the A above middle C. So that is, what is that? That is A4. I had to think about that for a second. Okay, A4. So again, I'm just picking this pitch and then just doing a simple 5-note descending scale. So and I also like to start with an E vowel than the A vowel, because an E vowel is a more front and closed vowel, so it's a little bit easier to get that set up for you. And then I like to move into a Ma, or I've done this with me, moo. You can play around with the vowel sounds, but my personal favorite is me to Ma. I feel like I use those vowels just a lot in singing, and they're just vowels that I'm comfortable with. And also I kind of like moving from a super closed vowel to an open vowel and feeling that kind of setup the same way from one kind of vowel extreme to the other. So give it a try. If you're trying to work on pitch accuracy, where you're hitting that pitch correctly every time, I think this is a great exercise to do.